goes it? I'm going to talk a little bit about the power of choice. Oftentimes, people tend to say what human beings have over any other creature of nature is that of the power of choice. We have the power of choice to do whatever we want to do. And that's not true. I beg to differ. I believe that we have the ability to think whatever we want to think. We can conjure up any manner of goals, or whether realistic or unrealistic, that we want to. We can think that we can fly, even dream that we can fly, like without the aid of an airplane or any other type of mechanical apparatus. But try it in the real world, you jump off a cliff and you're in a lot of trouble. But when it comes to the power of choice, I believe that the Bible tells us otherwise, that we actually lost the power of choice. Again, choosing to think what you want to think is a whole lot different from choosing to do whatever you want to do. Big difference to be able to think something within the confines of your own mind versus acting it out or performing it in the real world. But the reason why I say that we really don't have the power of choice goes back to the happenstance in the book of Genesis, when God laid it on the line to Adam. Adam had the power of choice. God basically told him in an indirect way that he has the power of choice. He told Adam, you may eat from any tree of the garden except from the knowledge of the tree of good and evil. So it appears as though Adam had the power of choice, but he was restricted because God told him what tree not to eat from. However, it's clear that the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, when God told him not to eat from that particular tree, it was more like a warning. It wasn't a real restriction. Like, if it was truly a restriction, then he would have set up the cherubim in front of that particular tree, as opposed to setting them up to guard the way to the tree of life. So when Adam did what he wasn't supposed to do and he ate from the wrong tree, what happened? He got cast out of the garden. It says in the Bible, the Lord drove the man out of the garden, and then he set up the cherubim with the rotating flaming swords to guard the way to the tree of life. So when Adam got cast out of the garden, that left him with no choice at all. He became how can I put it? Yeah, a driven slave. Because he had to till the ground, and the ground was cursed because of him. And thorns and thistles it would produce for him all the days of his life in sorrow. He would have had to till the ground until he returned to the dust from which he came. So technically, if you really look at life in general, that's pretty much what's happening to everybody. I mean, you got people out there that have smoke screens. illusions of happiness. And you got people, I mean, they might have what seems like fantastic careers. They may have, big families where they can have their little gatherings or what have you. I'll bet in the year 2020, not so much, but you know what I mean. Uh, Nevertheless, those people still are restricted within the confines of their own suffering mentalities. You know? So when it comes to the power of choice, that was lost. Technically, that was lost with paradise. Any other tree that Adam would have been able to eat from, those trees are still technically in the garden. So, technically, people don't have the power of choice in a manner in which they try to fool themselves that they have. And it's all Bible based. However, if you fast forward to the New Testament, the Messiah came to show you how to take back the power of choice, how to get back the power of choice if you understand the nature of his journey. And that's the issue. People think that they understand the nature of his journey, but they really don't, which is why the Bible says, narrow is the gateway and very few will find it. But it doesn't say you can't be one of the few. Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope y'all are doing well, all things considered. Merry Christmas and God bless.